The Zohar says when HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants the neshama to go down to the body, it has to in a way persuade, because the neshama doesn't want to come from a refined place like the spiritual world down to this world. One of the things that the neshama sustains itself on, according to the Zohar, is the reach, the smell. When they say, for example, you're not allowed to learn in dirty places, right? In makom mevotam metunafim, it smells bad, and so on, or pray, and so on. Why? Because the Torah is really a spiritual matter. To do it in a place like this, in metunaf, and there is bad smell, not associated with the Torah. In a way, is your soul for your food, the food for your soul. So when a person learns Torah, also, that's one of the things that the neshama maintains itself in its position of being pure, because he wants to stay pure, because he came here in a condition that he would stay pure. Here we don't learn Torah, we mess up the neshama in a way is captive and becomes a problem. Therefore Torah cannot be learned in a dirty place. Torah could not be learned in a bad smell, in a place where it smells bad. And not only that, when Shabbat comes, the Shabbat, the smell of so-called the smell of Shabbat, the fragrance of Shabbat. What does it mean? Shabbat has smells. Yes, Shabbat does have a smell. If you walk in Jewish neighborhoods, or you walk in Israel, you know what? You close your eyes, you know it's Shabbat. It smells. You smell the garlic and the onion roasting. The streets smell like Shabbat. You go into the smaller neighborhoods and buildings are more together, it does smell like Shabbat. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful thing to experience and to see. However, Shabbat is also a different smell, what we're referring to. The same concept as goes to the korbanot. Right? Reach nichoach leHashem. HaKadosh Baruch Hu does not need the smell of the korbanot. It smells like meat. But what does it mean, reach nichoach? As much as you smell a good smell, a good fragrance, and it's kind of meshiv nefesh, take a deep smell, it smells good, now you feel a little better. So is ma'aseh korbanot, the action of the korban, has a, let's put it this way, I wouldn't say a calming effect, but a certain effect on our relationship with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. When a person brings something from himself, korban mishum karov, brings something for himself, that action is what is important, not the item. For example, if you would be a caring husband, and you buy your wife something, you buy her a handkerchief, or you buy her a pashmina, you call this a scarf, or whatever it is. It doesn't need to be a diamond ring. If you have a woman that only gets excited over the fact that you bought her a diamond ring, or you bought her a Mercedes, and so on and so forth, let me tell you, you married the wrong wife. My mother always taught me, she said, it doesn't make a difference what you bring, even if it's a small handkerchief, you bring, something. It's not the item, it's the action that you thought to bring it from yourself and hand it over to the other person. What's more impressive, when you come to a girl and you give her a bouquet like this big, with orchids and this and orchids, I don't know, whatever else you have inside, and a whole pardes, a whole forest of flowers. Or you bring her one rose. What's more impressive? Of course the rose, not the bouquet of flowers. Because if you bring the bouquet of flowers, you need to take a good look at yourself, because you're trying to impress, you're not trying to be sincere. You're going for the wow effect, not for the personal effect. Shabbat brings a good flavor. Shabbat, and by the way, if you bring a small plant of orchids, will cost you less than that, but it's nothing more impressive. I would rather get a plant. I would try to get a tomato plant, but never mind. You know what I'm saying. It doesn't make a difference what you bring. Shabbat is the same thing. Shabbat does the same thing to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shabbat is like the ultimate closeness that we can reach to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's what we say. In the Torah it says, what is it? It says, bring this korban, bring that korban, do this, do that, and on and on and on and on and on and on and on. But then we say, Kol ha-mekayem Shabbat, Kol ha-shomer Shabbat, he who kept Shabbat, ki'ilu kiyem et kol ha-Torah kula. It's like he kept the whole entire Torah. And why is that? Because the Torah holds everything. So when you do Shabbat, it's the ultimate korban. It's the ultimate kirva, closeness. It's the most intimate closeness that we can reach HaKadosh Baruch Hu is trying to experience Shabbat the right way. That's why it is inappropriate to talk about, to read about, and to do other things that are not Shabbat oriented on Shabbat. Imagine you're going with your fiancé, right? You're about to get married, you bought her the diamond ring, and so on and so forth, and all of a sudden, you're sitting down in a restaurant, and actually you're about to propose her, you're about to give her the ring, you give her the ring, it says, this is for you, would you like to marry me? You go on your knees, or whatever other nonsense you do, you give her the ring, all of a sudden he says, hold on just one second. Oh wow, look at this, that's my ex-girlfriend, isn't she beautiful? Let me just talk to her just one second. It'll be short. Hello? Yes, I'm busy. You know what I'm saying. What will be your chances to actually make a kesher with this girl that you just proposed to? Nothing if she has half a brain. What we do to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, we come Shabbat, we talk about business. We talk about planning. I'll buy this, I'll do that, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do that, You take your book, you take your this, you take your this. You're not even seeking closeness to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, it will be, when we do this on Shabbat, it will be like the following. You just got married. You go home with your kala. It's your time to become intimate for the first time. He said, hold on a second, I just want to see what happened with the stock market today. Ooh, oh man, active, the stock, oh, wonderful, thing on the buy. I'll be right there, honey. But are you crazy? Then you wonder why we don't feel Shabbat. Because you never felt it from the beginning with. It's like later on, after 10 years, you go to your marriage counselor and you say, all these years, I didn't feel anything for my wife from the very beginning. And then the question is going to ask, have you done anything to do that? Well, I took her on vacation. But were you ever personally intimate? Not physically, personally intimate, emotionally intimate. Did you give her the time of the day? Did you look for this closeness? The same thing happens here. And the neshama is upset. Now, what happens is, Motzei Shabbat, when the neshama goes to calm down our neshama, we also make the besamim, we smell a little bit of fragrance. That's why the Rambam, now you might understand that, for example, keeping a nice house, clean house, that you would clean. I'm totally against taking maids or people to clean your house, completely. Why? You clean it. When you're going to clean it, it's going to mean something to you. In the action of cleaning, you could turn this, believe me, into almost a meditative, spiritual act. Believe me. You're cleaning it for a reason. Because when you dirty it, you don't pay attention. You clean and you can internalize the action of cleaning into something much greater than that. So you're going to also maintain it, so you won't get clean. The same thing applies to your relationships. You need to maintain it. You need to do maintenance to it all the time, to keep it, to clean it. But the Rambam writes that dirana, like for example, a clean house, is one of the things shemeyashvim da'ato shel adam. A person has yeshuva da'at. Why is that? Because the neshama likes order. The neshama does not operate through chaos. People who are chaotic in their actions, the neshama suffers. They have an internal struggle all the time. They suffer. You need to be organized. Chaos is not good. If you have a chaotic situation and you love it, your neshama comes from a different place. Or you corrupted your neshama so bad that it's so impure anymore. You need to be organized. I'm not saying be OCD, but be organized, be clean, dress up clean, clean your act, put things in place, don't throw things out. Don't let the garbage overflow. Maintain things all the time. Because the neshama needs it. The neshama cannot operate comfortably in a chaotic place because it creates mess, negligence eventually. That's why a person, and I keep saying to you all the time, it's always through Purim, always, never, not even once you're allowed to get drunk. Because the damage that would apply to your neshama when you are drunk is irreversible. You'll be a big stain on your soul. To have the experience of being drunk, drunk, tipsy, that you are already pasul from davening. It will be like imagine you have this beautiful $1 million smile. Teeth white, like this, sparkle. And all of a sudden, one single time, came a guy and he gave you a zetz into the face, and now he knocked two of your one front and one side tooth. You look like a pirate. Your smile is never going to be the same. Yeah, you can put caps. It's never going to be the same. And that's exactly what happens to the neshama. So right now, we are Shabbat, but also Erev Purim. Connect those two actions together, and you'll be able to really feel freedom, and that's going to be Pesach. Rabotai, clean your act, clean your room, clean also yourself. Don't expect anybody to do that. Enjoy your neshama, but you need and must to maintain it. Shabbat Shalom.